A few days ago, I visited Sindy Akpolo's YouTube page and I saw this very interesting video. It's a very informative video with a lot of things to learn until she made this claim.
Biochemistry is not easy. Medicine is easy.
What? You don't mean that? Then I did this.
Yo, Cindy, you see, I don't even dress. I don't wear scrubs. But that's how I'll show you. You see your video. I don't wait. See my stand. I am reacting and be very afraid. I'm coming for you, man. That's how I roll. Yo.
And of course, I started filming. Today's video is a very different video. It's different from every other video I've made. I'm reacting to a video by a fellow YouTuber that I know, Sindy Akpolo, and she made some certain claims. Then I realized that I couldn't use the video because the shooting was bad.
Hold on. That wasn't the actual clip. That clip got bad and I had to reshoot this video again. And because I had to reshoot this, I was more furious. And so I thought to myself, what will I do to up this game? At least to add a layer of aggression, sadness, and anger to the disappointment of recording for nearly 2 hours and it didn't still turn out well. So I decided to do this. I got my own chair.
In case you don't know, YouTube gifted Sindy a director's chair and it was that chair she used to pepper me. So I decided to get my own chair as a payback. Then the listener walked in, but thing was fixed.
Yeah, so let's start this.
I've met the likes of Dr. Tabat. Hey, our honorable doctor. Doctor, like when
he calls me honorable doctor, okay?
Doctor, like when it dishes out knowledge, especially regarding to medicine or medical terms, it just reminds me of the time when I was in medical school. Guys, in case you all don't know, I studied biochemistry. I am a scientist. I am a biochemist.
Okay. That news, that revelation, I remember when I found out that she studied a medically related course, biochemistry. I was shocked too. So if you're shocked by it, especially if you know Sindy, then you're not alone because she doesn't do anything related to that. And yeah, I got that, but there's more to unpack in this video.
And a lot of my peers as at that time wanted medicine so bad. They wanted to study medicine so bad, and me, I've always been the different vibe. So I wanted biochemistry. Like I love biochemistry. I found medicine boring for me.
Okay, she found medicine boring for her, which in a sense is true. Especially the preclinical aspect of medicine, it can be boring. Another thing I wanted to also address is the fact that most people, especially science students in secondary schools or high school, would want to study medicine. It's like that's the height of intelligence, something like that. It's seen as an achievement, getting admission to study medicine. And Sindy, however, does not fall into that box. Like she does not fall into that category. She said she didn't want medicine at all, and that was because medicine was boring. Okay, and it seems valid to a certain point for her.
Because I feel like with medicine we do a lot of things, and Dr. Tabat is also giving us other aspects or other things to learn about doctors, and it's amazing what it does. But for me, that's not my kind of that's not what I like. I mean,
that's not what she likes. That's heartbreaking now. This the whole point of my YouTube channel, to bring out the life of doctors and make us more relatable to you guys, and also make patients more relatable to the doctors that are following the channel. But despite the fact that Sindy and I are good buddies, it seems not to be working on her. Though she's healing me, it's not even working on her, Sindy.
sorry if this is going to hurt
It's
a lot
hurting.
of your doctors, but sorry, for me, it's my opinion. I mean, I like it when I see people or when I hear people, someone say, oh, I'm a doctor, but for me, it's not a career I see myself doing, so I had to opt out of it.
Cindy was in med school. She was a medical student, but left, I think, in 200 level or so to just venture into biochemistry, which is very okay. I think it's a brave thing to do, especially in Nigeria, where people want you to study medicine. It doesn't make sense for you to be a medical student and then leave medicine if you've not been expelled or you've not been withdrawn, something like that. You on your own just opt out of medical school. It's quite a brave thing to do. And it's not everybody that must like medicine. I wish people would respect that. And because people leave medicine does not mean that they are failures. Being a medical doctor is not the hallmark of success. So yeah, I really agree with what she's saying. And I commend her bravery.
And I chose biochemistry itself because for me, when we were dissecting cadaver, hey, see, that one is going to be another story, a story for another day.
Okay, yeah, cadaver, when she was dissecting cadaver, it's a story for another day. I also have my cadaver story. I'll make a video about that one day. I will do that. In case you don't know, cadavers are dead bodies, dead human bodies that are being taken to the anatomy lab for us to dissect. Dissect is like you cut open the body to identify a lot of structures in the body, like the muscles, where the muscles start, we call them origin, and where they stop, inserts. And then you identify nerves, blood vessels. Actually, it's enough of those jargons. That's the whole point of anatomy. It's to know the structure of the body, and you have to cut open and see them.
But I love biochemistry because with biochemistry you get to learn a lot. I mean, with chemical reactions, other science terms, other fields. Because I feel like with biochemistry there is a lot of things. You have varieties of things to learn, from food biochemistry, industrial biochemistry, medical biochemistry, plant biochemistry, tissue biochemistry. What else? You also get to learn chemistry. You also get to learn about medicinal chemistry. You get to learn structural biology, which I love, and synthetic biology. Oh my god, like, see, these are the things that I love. Like, you have varieties, things to play with. But with medicine, let me count the things I remember in medicine: anatomy, physiology, medical biochemistry. What else again? Histology, pathology. I can't even remember some of them at the top of my head.
She can't even remember some of that at the top of her head. Notice something. Cindy was very excited when she was talking about biochemistry, what you learn, different aspects of biochemistry. And then it changed when she started listing the courses we do in med school. And that's passion. Yeah, most of the time we need to find what we really enjoy, and it's very important to do that, because there are a lot of medical doctors and a lot of medical students that were not really happy. They were doing it because they were forced, and it turned out terribly for them. But obviously Cindy enjoyed this kind of things. She really didn't want to be boxed in the human body category. It's okay. Kudos.
Because with them it's just okay about the body. You learn different parts of the body, different things about the body. But with biochemistry, you're not even centered on just a particular region. You have varieties, different things to play with, different things to learn. And see, I love innovation. I've always been a creative and an innovative person. I always like to look for things that will make me bring out the creative side, and biochemistry does.
Okay, yeah, she says she loves the creative parts, something that brings out the creative part, and that biochemistry does that for her, which is okay. Actually, medical courses are things that we learn. They're already established scientific facts, so you have to learn them. Like when they say particular muscle has an origin here, it's inserted here. Whether you agree or not, that's just the truth. If you open it, you find out this originating from that particular place and inserting there. The chemical reaction, a lot of them are things that have been established. So you just learn these things and grow with them. Whereas I think these other chemical reactions might be very fascinating. That's it. I love the fact that she identified what gave her joy and she just went for it.
Pro tip: so if you're a biochemist out there and maybe someone is making you feel like you studied biochemistry, your biochemistry study is a waste, is a lie. Oh, don't let that person deceive you. It's not. That's what they used to tell me before, that you studied biochemistry, you wasted your parents' money, you would have studied, gone for medicine. Medicine is good, is lucrative. It's for you, it's your opinion, but for me, I don't like medicine, and I will not like it.
She doesn't like medicine. For her, she doesn't like medicine. Which is okay. It's very okay. This Nigeria, yeah. Normally, those that are studying medically related courses that are not really medicine are usually told that they should have come from medicine. And somehow also, they make them feel like it was a second choice. So I really understand her grievance towards this. But there are people that are doing well in other things. You must not be a medical doctor. There are others that are doing other courses that are not even the faculty. And they're happy. They're progressing academically and as human beings too. So I get it.
You cannot make me like medicine.
She said she will not like it. You cannot make her like medicine. Challenge accepted. Cindy, I cannot make you like medicine. I respect that. You must not like medicine. You must not like everything. And it's true. She's being open about it. And that's very okay.
You cannot make me like medicine to want to be a doctor. I love biochemistry. I love biochemists. I love scientists. Like, with the way the word is coming. Do you know? In case you don't know, and it's my opinion, a lot of people might not agree with me, but do you know medicine or medical doctors, they are dependent on scientists? Because without scientists, medicine will not be there.
Okay, let me break that. Medical doctors are scientists. That's it. Medicine is both a science and an art, and science is knowledge that is evidence-based, so it has been proven. Irrespective of your perception, they are facts, and you just have to agree. You just prove them further and further. That's it. So medical doctors are scientists, but I understand the term she's trying to make. Scientists are those that work in the laboratory or in all these companies to bring out innovations or scientific breakthroughs and the rest. And that's why she's excluding that particular thing. So please, doctors, don't come for her. That's what she's trying to say. And yes, we're scientists. But another thing you also have to notice that there are doctors that work in the lab. The pathologists work in the lab, like the histopathologist, the microbiologist, the chemical pathologist, and the hematologists too. They all work in the lab. And there are doctors that are into active research. They work in pharmaceutical companies, they work in other companies to find breakthrough medications. Get. So they are there also working in the lab. They might not be as much, but there are doctors that work in the lab too and are into research.
Yes. Argue with yourself. Don't come and argue with me or argue with your keyboard.
I'm just doing that. I'm arguing with her. I'm arguing not with the keyboard. I'm arguing with the video. And all this is aimed towards us improving. It's how we tend to share knowledge among ourselves and we become better.
Because scientists, they are always coming with things to always look for solutions to things. But medicine, they are there to implement what the scientists have done or have discovered.
There to implement what the scientists have discovered. Yes, I would agree that medicine cannot be isolated from science. It's sciences too. So there are a lot of non-doctors that come up with breakthrough technologies that are being employed. Like when we talk about imaging or investigative devices, many of them are not being discovered or constructed by doctors or produced by doctors. It happens a lot. Even many things we use in the hospital to be able to attend to patients. Even for doctors that don't work in the hospital, there are a lot of things that are medically relevant that are not being discovered by doctors or produced by doctors. So yeah, I agree with that. But you should also know that some doctors too are also involved in this kind of things.
So who is the great Lord? I mean, who are the people top notch? na scientist. Make you not let anybody deceive you. As a biochemist, you're very valued. You're needed in the world, because the world needs a lot of biochemists, and a lot of people, they are feeling like, because I studied biochemistry, I'm not valuable, I'm not valued. Now lie you. Don't let anybody make you feel that way. You are very much valued. It's just for you to tap into your potentials. Even if you're not practicing biochemistry, or you're not practicing what you studied as a biochemist. Me, I'm not practicing biochemistry. I'm not practicing what I read as a biochemist. But then most of what I do, especially with cosmetics, do you know cosmetics or cosmetology is part of biochemistry?
Okay, the cosmetology is part of biochemistry. I don't know about that much. I don't, but it's okay. What I'm trying to, I really understand her grievance here. As I said earlier, many people that study some of these courses are made to feel like they are second-class students compared to the medical students. The medical students are better than them, doctors are better than them. There's that stigma. There's a way they are looked down on. Some of this kind of perspective is being driven by medical students themselves. When they move around in school, they're being seen as, oh, these are the medical students, they are the first class kind of guys, blah, 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 like that. But the truth is that every course is relevant. It's just that Nigeria that will come from, some courses don't really do well per se, because they are not economically or financially viable. Most of them that study biochemistry might practice by going to school to teach biochemistry. Little research is being done. There's little that is being done to encourage them to work. Even companies don't really hire such people. So you find people that study biochemistry doing something else, like Sindy now is not even practicing. Despite the law she has for this particular course, she's not practicing it. I just wish that the country can be improved, and many of these courses that people study will find relevance in the society, and that's going to do a lot for people. Let's continue.
Yes, just in case you don't know, because a lot of these things, they are part of chemicals, and chemicals were and who produce those chemicals? From lab. And who are those people in the laboratory? Scientists, biochemists, chemists. Did you see any doctor in the lab?
As I said earlier, there are doctors in the lab. Like, the pathologists are in the lab. They work. But although they might not produce chemicals also, but they also are actively involved in research and a lot of things. And Sindy, where did you keep the pharmacists? Where did you keep them?
No, doctors know they go lab. Wetin concern them with lab?
We go to lab. We go to the lab. We do. In fact, even in our practice like this, we go to the lab. As clinicians, we go to the lab.
They only just to give patients the drugs that biochemists discovered.
Biochemists discovered drugs. Now, that's far-fetched now. We're not the only ones that discover drugs now. Or Sindy now. Okay. My pharmacist friends, my pharmacologists, and other people that work in pharmaceutical companies. Please, I think you should attack her. No, don't.
They want to give to patients drugs or medicine that biochemists discovered or scientists created or discovered.
Okay, she said, before I go to another thing that we don't know, is that ours is to give drugs. There are some treatments that are not pharmacologic. Some treatments are surgical. And that's part of it too. So it's not every time that every patient has an illness that will recommend drugs. Medicine is wider than that. It's actually really wider than that. Sindy, get your facts.
Another thing that people don't even know with biochemistry, do you know you can create or produce drugs? You can medicine, where what people take. You can produce biomaterials. You can do biofuels. Like, what have you, like, see, I'm not pushing for you to become a biochemist, but I'm just telling you that with biochemistry there is a lot of things. Do not let people or make people feel that you studying biochemistry is a waste of time or a waste of money. That's what many people used to tell me whenever I open my mouth to say I'm a biochemist. And I am proud. I am super proud to say that I am a biochemist, because see, biochemistry is not easy. Medicine is easy.
Okay, now that's another thing. Biochemistry is not easy. Medicine is easy. No. Medicine is not easy. Anybody, any doctor that tells you medicine is easy didn't go to med school, but that person is super genius. Medicine is not easy. That's the truth. I wouldn't say biochemistry is easier than medicine, but I know something that medicine is not easy, and it's quite hectic. It's very demanding. A lot of people drop out of medicine even though they're very intelligent. It's very demanding. You need to put in the efforts to do that. So I don't know where she got that from, but medicine is not easy. Please, if you want to read medicine and you think medicine is easy, you'll be disappointed.
With medicine, you just have to do one or two, study the bone, the joint and tissues and all of that. Don't know how to do the dissection and all that. That's with medicine. Make sure you know how to, you know what's wrong, listen to your patients and all. But with science,
okay, before I go to with science, let's pause at God with science. The thing is this: medicine is beyond that. Okay, we have the preclinical part of medicine. That's before you go to the hospital. You learn about the normal body structure and function, which includes anatomy, physiology, biochemistry, medical biochemistry. And for me, that graduated from the University of Jos, we do community medicine. These are the 4 courses we do in preclinics. I don't know for guys now in UJ, I don't know whether that's still what you do in preclinicals. But then some other schools in Nigeria also include pharmacology in preclinical years. We start doing pharmacology in the clinical aspects of medicine. By the time we go to the clinics now, in the clinical aspect, you now start learning about the disease state. So you learn about how the normal body is supposed to be, and then you now move to the clinical aspect where you now learn about the abnormality. Because you know the normal, it will be easier for you to identify the abnormal aspect of it. And that's where you learn about diseases and learn how to diagnose diseases and how to treat them also. So medicine is quite complicated, and you continue learning this till you die. That's it. It's quite complicated. The human body is quite complex, and that's why you see that even though we all graduate to be doctors, there's these subspecialties, and that's because of how the human body is quite complex. So you need to subspecialize to be able to satisfactorily manage some disease conditions.
you're doing something that nobody have done before, or probably you're even doing something that somebody have done or the person failed. Your own is to provide solution or give the right solution to making sure that whatever technology you're bringing or whatever you're doing, it does not fail, or it helps or
Alice and Phoebs, please off the light. Hey.
provide solution or give the right solution to making sure that whatever technology you're bringing or whatever you're doing, it does not fail, or it helps or improves the world.
Okay, helps or improve the world. I understand. I think Cindy is particularly fascinated by breakthrough researches. She's more of a researcher. There's nothing wrong in doing what other people have done in the past, and that's the beauty about medicine. We're standing on the shoulder of giants. A lot of people found out better ways to be able to be good doctors, and this has built to our knowledge, or else we would have had to find them ourselves. So even in the normal things that people do every day, there's beauty in that. You must not find something that's not been found for you to still be relevant, and that's the good thing about medicine. But if you love research, if you like groundbreaking discoveries and the rest, yes, even in medicine there's room for that, which is very okay.
Biochemistry, scientists, don't forget that. Okay,
we won't forget that.
I am not preaching, no. I am not preaching for you to be a biochemist. Get me wrong, or for you to be a scientist. But I'm just telling you. So, Dr. Tabat, please don't feel offended for me to say this. And I'm saying this directly to you because you attack me.
Knows me. I will attack her. No, Cindy is my friend, and she didn't even expect I was going to do a video on this. She thought I was going to just comment, but I had to do this video so as we could discuss and bring out some certain knowledge about some claims made by others concerning medicine, which I could constructively respond to per se. I hope you're gaining something from this video. Let's continue.
Argue in the comment section and not reading.
Comment section, and I'm doing a video. I dropped something in the comment section, but
Again, in the comment section, for those of you that are doctors that want to vex or want to come and say put up things in the comment section, well, that's your business, so it concern you.
doctors, please don't go and drop nasty stuff. She actually means well. She does. She's a very good person, and she's just ranting about things. Let's say the truth. Many of us are responsible for why many of them are this aggressive towards us. It's because of how we've downplayed their significance. You know, many people have to push people down in order to remain at the top. But you don't need to do that. If someone is high, just climb higher, and you're already higher. You don't need to bring people down or something like that. And another thing is that you must not be at the very top for you to be celebrated. Medicine is not an individual, or healthcare is not resting on just one person. There are a group of people, both health professionals and non-health professionals, that are working towards seeing that we dispense medical services appropriately. So please, all the stigma towards people that are non-doctors that has been happening, especially in Nigeria, needs to stop. And if you happen not to have studied medicine, or you left medicine for whatever reason, please don't feel like you're a failure or you are a second-class citizen. You're not at all. Kudos to all of you.
Argue with it in the comment section and your keyboard, not with me. Not with me. I've said my own. I've said my purpose. I love biochemistry. In fact, I love biochemistry.
She does.
It's in me. Is in me. Is my blood.
It's her blood.
I love it.
That means if we take blood from Sindy now and check under a microscope, we might see biochemistry inside.
And no, this was not made with the intent to discredit doctors or batch them for what they are doing.
I told you, she's a nice person.
For what they are doing, they are doing an amazing job. They are doing an incredible job. And if you're a doctor, I must applaud you, because it's not easy. Honestly, it's not. But I don't see myself, maybe in the future, but for now, I didn't see myself as somebody that wanted to become a doctor or be a doctor. I mean, I loved innovation.
Okay, let me stop there before she goes to the next point. If you understand her, she loves research. She loves finding groundbreaking stuffs. And that's why that fascinates her, and medicine doesn't. Because in medicine, you're more into what we normally do. So that is understandable, and you understand the foundation for her argument, which is very okay.
To medicine than for medicine or people who are doctors to switch to become scientists. Like it's rare to see that, but it's not that it's not possible. It's rare for medicine or medical doctors to switch to become scientists, but it's easier for scientists to switch to become medical doctors. I don't know if that makes sense.
She doesn't know if that makes sense. The saying is actually it's rare. You don't see doctors leaving medicine to go and study other things. So you don't find them as much. Unlike other people that might have studied biochemistry, medical microbiology, nursing, and the rest. Quite a lot of people had graduated and then moved to also study to become medical doctors, which happens more often. The reason is not because it's easier or less easy or whatever the English is. It's because most doctors remain as medical doctors. So Sindy, get your facts now.
So you see, we are power. Like, we are power people. We are power. We rule the world.
No, you don't rule the world. Politicians rule the world. I think politicians and business people rule the world. And maybe religious leaders too. Okay.
So yeah, but if medicine is your calling, if being a medical doctor is your calling, baby girl, do you?
Baby girl. What about the guys?
Baby girl, do you? Do you? I mean, I love it when I see people who are doctors, because it's something I didn't do, but I love it when I see people doing it. Like, it's just a beautiful thing to see.
Okay, so that was all about saying this rant concerning doctors, which was very okay. If you understand that, you understand her motives and why she didn't want to be a doctor. This is personal. If you watch the video, on more than one occasion, she said, based on her opinion. So this is her opinion, and this is how she perceives things, which is very, very understandable. And I must commend her for how brave she was towards leaving medicine to go and become a biochemist, and how despite the fact that she's not practicing, she's proud of what she had done and she's able to take care of herself. Sindy is a very knowledgeable person. It's someone that I've learned a lot from in terms of this aspect of YouTube, and we also discuss life in general. So I love this video. She had said she's going to do another video where she's going to give a detailed account of her medical school experience. I am looking forward to the video, and if need be, I might react to that. So guys, what do you think? As doctors and as non-doctors, what do you think about this video? Let me know in the comment section. Have you been bullied because you are not a medical student, or have you bullied people because they were not medical students? Let me know in the comment section. Please visit Sindy's channel. The link is in the description box below, especially if you love makeup. Just visit her channel. She sabi this thing, and please subscribe to her channel. And if you enjoyed this video, subscribe to my channel if you're yet to subscribe, and turn on the bell notification so you don't miss videos such as this. Thank you, and I will see you in my next video.